Okay, those are the Minister of Home Affairs. He's taking a flight right now to Ahmedabad. Of course, this area does fall under his constituency, or very near to his constituency, viewers, and he's on his way there. And we know that the Union Home Minister has already expressed his shock at this incident. We also know a senior BJP leader has been caught up in this crash. We're updating inputs on his exact status as of now. He's a former Gujarat Chief Minister. Mr. Rupani was on board that flight. What we are being told right now is that there is a lot of speculation that is going on in different circles about the reasons behind this crash. And many people are looking very closely at the footage. And as we have been pointing out through the afternoon, that when the plane took off, it didn't even have time to retract the landing gear, and suddenly suffers a catastrophic loss of lift, which people don't quite know how it could have been possible. How did it actually happen? Because fundamentally, the Dreamliner has known to be extremely, extremely robust. There have been questions that have been appearing of recent, however, on different aspects of it. Federal Aviation Administration of America had said last year that it was investigating claims made by a Boeing engineer. And there have been, of course, this is well documented. It's been on various Netflix series, etc., who said that sections of the fuselage of the 787 Dreamliner were improperly fastened together and could break apart mid-flight after thousands of trips. Well, no such incident has been reported of recent. And if clearly that was not exactly what happened here, you can see that it's the engines that, or perhaps some other issue with the hydraulics that caused this loss of lift, because certainly no part of the fuselage here has come undone. Otherwise, we would have seen this particular plane unraveling mid-air. Let me go across to Payal. Payal, on the right, pictures of the Union Home Minister leaving for Ahmedabad.
Yes, it seems that the Home Minister will arrive in Ahmedabad in a short while from now. And of course, the Civil Aviation Minister also. What we are also learning, Rahul, that the BJP State President for Gujarat and Union Jal Shakti Minister C.R. Patil is also on his way to Gujarat. He has even also been asked to rush to Gujarat. He's also not just the state president, but he's also the union minister. He's the son of the soil as well. He's also been asked to go there and aid in whatever rescue relief operations are required. With the unfortunate news coming forth that, there could hardly be any survivors as far as this crash is really concerned. And obviously, that is something which everybody is waiting to see what has been the cause of this. Because I've been speaking to at least quite a few experts and quite a few union ministers, including former civil aviation ministers, Rahul. And they're very surprised because this is, of course, a modern state-of-the-art aircraft. What really led to this? So nothing is being ruled out as of now. And our colleague Manoj Gupta had just spoken to us a little earlier. And he basically also said that the sabotage angle is also being, looked into over here, with the fact that several national and international passengers were on board as well. And what an unfortunate, episode coming to the fore, not just for those people who are actually on the flight, right, but also for the building on which this aircraft fell, where, the doctors were having their lunch break as well. And a complete, very, very tragic afternoon, to speak the least as well. But all hands on the deck approached by the Prime Minister, and therefore multiple ministers are being rushed to the accident site.
Well, PIB of India has put out a fact check saying that an old video is being shared on social media linking it to the Ahmedabad plane crash. It shows a view from inside the plane. The video is of a plane crash that happened in Nepal in January 2023. And the PIB says rely only on information from official sources or in mainstream media. For authentic information related to the Ahmedabad crash, contact the helpline number provided by the central government. And that number, of course, is on your screens, even as we speak, viewers. So don't, again, get sucked into conspiracy theories. There are many people who are going to talk about a lot of things that might not quite fit the facts once we know them. But as of now, we can tell you that Boeing has issued a statement. So we're in contact with Air India regarding Flight 171 and stand ready to support them. Our thoughts are with the passengers, crew, first responders and all affected. So this is a statement that has been put out by Boeing. There is, of course, a past history where Boeing has been under scrutiny, but has that resulted in this particular incident? One can't say. It's too premature. But what we can tell you, viewers, is that the number of casualties are being estimated to be very high. There is a possibility of very few survivors. That's also what we are being told. Unofficially, of course, we don't have any confirmation of the status of the passengers. But what we can tell you is that there were 12 crew, including 2 very experienced pilots. Indians passengers were 169, British 53, and passengers from other nationalities 7. You can see on your screens a Portuguese and 1 Canadian. So that made up the entire 242 passenger list, including, of course, the crew. And what we are being told, viewers, is that not many might survive this devastating tragedy. I want to go across to Anvit. Anvit, what's the latest on the casualty figures? What are you picking up? And also, of course, from the ground, we know that there were about 50 to 60 MBBS students that are admitted in hospital. It is being said that they are stable. This is the Federation of All India Medical Association that is putting out these details as per discussions with the president of the RDA BG Medical College Ahmedabad and Vice President FAIMA Dr. Dhaval Gameti. These numbers are being put out. 4 to 5 MBBS students are missing. Hope they're okay. 2-3 are in HDU and ICU, so their situation is quite precarious. 3-4 relatives of the super specialist resident doctors are missing right now, and wife of 1 found dead, and most of the passengers of the flight are brought dead. We appeal to everyone to remain calm. So this is the first intimation that we have got from any official source about the possibility of casualty figures. Anvit.
Yeah, Rahul, see, the situation on ground is such that some people certainly are missing because the crash, the plane went into a residential area and the buildings have been damaged. The people from ground, many of them are being reported missing. Some are yet to be traced. It is not confirmed whether they are dead or they have been taken to some hospital and they remain unidentified. So these are the problems and the challenges that the first responders and the paramedics and medical experts are facing on ground right now. That is one challenge. Another is that the plane had tons of fuel as it has just taken off and it was bound to go to Gatwick. So it had a huge amount of fuel. Usually it is with the planes that their fuel is contained into the wings, and that is one reason why when planes crash that it immediately goes up in flames. This is one reason, and this is exactly what we saw that happened with this flight as well. The moment it touched down, the moment it touched the residential area where it crashed, the plane went up in flames. And that is one reason why mostly in air crashes, the number of survivors is the least. And even in this incident, hardly there would be any survivors is what we are learning from the sources on ground, which is highly unfortunate. But this is the reality that there might, the chances of survival of anyone on board that aircraft might be very less. Also, there are casualties, collateral damage from the ground because it was the residential area. We saw how the plane's flight path declined instead of rising, and it had been taking off. And it was just minutes after taking off that the flight went down and crashed. So the visuals are clearly suggestive of the fact that they would the casualty figures that have already crossed 150 is what we're learning from the ground. That is expected to only rise. It is unfortunate, but yes. Some people have also been rushed to medical facilities and they have been marked safe. This includes a number of hostelers and the doctors who were living in the hostel in the building in which the plane has crashed. So they have been marked safe with some injuries and they've been said they're out of danger, which is a good news in this. But on-ground situation remains challenging as rescue operations are still continuing.
Well, that's not a very encouraging outlook that has been painted there by Anvit. What we can tell you, viewers, is that the FAIMA, the Federation of All India Medical Association,
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.